Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETHGlobal, and I'm super excited to welcome all of you to ETHOnline. We have hundreds of you joining us today, and I see that all of you are having a lot of fun on the chat. So I couldn't be more excited to get today started, and we have a lot more interesting things coming for you today and for the rest of the week. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. And let's get this show running. So we've been attending online events for quite some time now, but for ETHOnline, and especially this month today, we wanted to do something slightly unique for all of our audience. So we decided to create this mini shared world computer to really optimize and make the experience unique for everybody. This makes it easy for all of us to experience everything together and in sync. And we also have the ability to make it really unique for every given talk that's happening. And that's kind of our goal from our side. So whether it's seeing a broadcast that appears everywhere for all attendees, to being able to change the settings for toggling different applications on this page, to being able to control the themes. We can do that in sync with all of it. And we hope that you like this experience, and we have a lot more coming for the next few weeks. So for those of you who are going to be watching this later on YouTube, this is a preview of what this looks like. And we get to really control and make this special, unique for all of us. So as you are playing with the chat, as you are playing with all the different applications, feel free to suggest different improvements or ideas, and we'll be super interested in making this even better for all of us. So you may know at this point that ETHOnline is a hackathon and also a collection of summits. And there's a lot of you on this chat and watching this live stream right now who are part of both and also one or the other audiences. So just to kind of clarify that and just really give everybody an overview of how the next few weeks are planned from our end, ETHOnline, the hackathon, starts from today to the 22nd. That is a 3-week event that's going to happen asynchronously on Discord. And also we have summits every week that we'll be doing on various topics. And all of that is incorporated into the same month of October, but you can attend either or if you are in one of the other sign-up settings. And if you are already hacking at the hackathon, you are obviously just able to quickly watch out the summits. And for the people who are here for just the summits, we'll be starting the show fairly soon and also doing the same for every Friday. So just a quick overview, the hackathon itself is what I'm going to focus on for the next few minutes, where I want to really cover the logistics of everything that's happening for the next 3 weeks for all of our hackers. And then I'll be also going over some of the up and coming summits we're going to be doing. And then after the logistics of the hackathon, we'll move over to our summit and kick off with our official talks for the day. So the hackathon, as I said, is 3 weeks long, starts today till the 22nd of October, and we'll be going over what you need to know for the hackathon. As for our summits, our first summit is this kickoff summit that you're watching right now. And we'll be covering a lot of introductory talks and giving a state of the ecosystem to all of us. And then we'll be moving on to different summits starting next week, where we'll be covering scaling and infrastructure on Friday, the 9th of October. We'll get to talk about everything from scaling to layer 2 and everything that's happening in that world of more throughput and security. Then on Friday, October 16th, we have decentralized finance. So we'll be doing everything and talking about everything DeFi. And then moving on to October 23rd, it'll be covering the future of Ethereum, especially from the point of view of ETH 2.0 and beyond. And then lastly, we have our summit on Ethereum's impact and our finale on Friday, October the 30th. And this will allow us to summarize not only how this year has gone, but also the impact Ethereum has had on the world so far, and also the opportunity for us to showcase our favorite hacks from the hackathon. So you can see all of this thing on our website. If you are a hacker, you'll be getting calendar invites for all these things. If you sign up for just the summit, we'll be sending a lot of emails as the events themselves get closer. So just if you ever want to know what the latest information is about a talk or a summit, you can just head over to ETHOnline.org. So let's go back to focusing on the hackathon. The hackathon is 3 weeks long, and I'll just be covering some of the logistics for all of our hackers, what you need to know, what we need from you, what you need to kind of do to be successful, and then we'll move on to our first talk of the day. Now, the thing that makes me super excited about all of this thing is that this was our biggest event of the year. We have over 630 hackers that are going to be participating in ETHOnline this month. And we have over 2,200 summit attendees that are going to be joining us for all of our talks and summits. These hackers span from 65 different countries and 19 different time zones. And when we plotted where everybody was coming from, it absolutely blew us away to see so much diversity and interest from all over the world. We have representation from all 6 continents, and I couldn't be more excited about what everybody is going to be building. We reviewed all of the applications, and we saw a lot of interesting themes, and it just brings me even more joy to talk about so much variety and the spectrum of how much we're going to see experimentation on for this month. We have people hacking on DeFi and NFTs. People want to do dev tools and storage. People want to experiment with DAOs and governance. And the best part of all of this is that the most interesting theme for this month is people wanting to play with layer 2 and scalability as part of their hackathon. So I can't wait to see how this event moves the ecosystem forward starting this month. And not just that, we have over 120 mentors that are here with us and 36 companies, some of the best partners from our ecosystem who are going to be with all of our hackers throughout this whole period to give you your support, help you get unblocked from any technical, user, or product or security problems, and really help you be there to be successful. These are some of our speakers and our judges and our mentors who are here this entire month, and they'll be hanging out on Discord and our various talks and also this live page. And I can't wait to tell more about everything that all of you are working on to them so they can get excited about all the things that they're about to see. And not just that, we have some amazing sponsors who are going to be with us on Discord and throughout our talks. And they'll be here really kind of helping out all of you as hackers and developers to really get the best out of what's possible with Web3 and Ethereum and also their own platforms. A lot of them are here to just help support anybody who needs help, even if it doesn't directly include something about just their technologies or their company. And really the goal for us is to offer a collaborative environment for all of us to learn together and improve what's possible and our knowledge. So it's an amazing list of really great companies. And it's not just that. These companies are collectively offering $125,000 in prizes for various things that you can do, from using their platform to building on top of a specific problem set or a specific space. And it's an opportunity for all of you to also win a prize as you continue to build on your hacks of your own choosing. So just to kind of give you a taste of some of the prizes we have in place, we have all these amounts from all these companies, and they'll be here to offer you and consider you for these prizes should you choose to use any of their technologies in your hacks. And this is a massive list of companies offering so many different unique and cool prizes. So if you are not sure or what you want to build, or I'm switching slides too fast, don't worry too much about it because I just want to give everybody a taste of what's there. And you can find all these things directly on the prizes page, which is available on ethonline.org/prizes. All the hackers can get to this Notion doc and just see the list of prizes with all the details on how to be eligible for the prize and what other categories or subcategories are there. And we'll also be making these things available to you on your dashboard, as well as communicating this in a lot more detail over email and on Discord. So let's quickly cover some of the logistics for the hackathon. I'm going to go through this thing slightly fast And I hope that you're able to sort of grasp the basics of it, but this by no means is designed to be the only place where this will be communicated. We'll be emailing you about a lot of these details as well. And we'll be communicating all of this thing in Discord to every hacker in case you end up missing this video or you end up watching this thing later as a recording. So the most important thing is communication is on Discord. For everybody who staked, you should automatically see a button to join our Discord channel on your dashboard. And this button automatically gives you access to all of the private channels for this event. And what this really means is that we have really specific channels just for the hackers that automatically cover all of our communications from ETHGlobal to the team, from the sponsors to all of the participants, and also for each of you to talk to each other. And it's really important that you are on that Discord because that will be the official place where everything is communicated. And on top of all of that, joining that Discord is also where you get access to all of our dedicated channels for mentor and support. So if you are stuck on any technology or UX or a technical issue and you need help with being unblocked or understanding what's possible, you get to use the same Discord channels to ask for help. And it's like our mini Stack Overflow. On top of all of this, for all the hackers, you should have also received calendar invites for all the talks and workshops that are happening for any given week. You've already gotten the invites for this coming week, but you can always just head over to ethonline.org, our website, and get the full information on all the talks, the times, and what they're about directly from there. And lastly, I know a few of you have emailed us about clarifying how these are supposed to work. Should you join all of these, or what if you can't, or do you really want to kind of stay up late if you're in a time zone that's not fully compatible with a talk? We want to just point out that all these things are asynchronous. This event is designed to support all possible scenarios for all of you as participants. We don't want this to conflict with your job or your sleep or any other responsibilities or commitments you have. So we're designing all of this to be asynchronous in the sense that if you are able to join anything that works for you, you are welcome to do so. If not, we will put the recording immediately up after the talk ends for you to catch up on if something is interesting for you. And this will also go on for this talk, for all of the summits. Even if you're not part of the hackathon, all talks for the summits will be made available after we finish with the day. And lastly, I've referred to the dashboard multiple times, and for all of the hackers that have confirmed and staked, you already know how to get there, but in case you forgot the URL, you can simply head over to hack.ethglobal.co/ETHOnline to log into your dashboard and see everything about this event as a hacker from there. So let's kind of quickly jump into how the hackathon itself works. As of right now, the hackathon officially starts. That means you are free to start coding. You can start building your projects. You would have already been in our Discords. There's hundreds of you already there. And you can officially start working on your projects and start talking about or working on your check-ins or working on the project description. For everybody who's working on a project, you are allowed up to 5 members per team. That's a maximum of 5, and you have 3 weeks to submit your project. The way we're designing this thing is that you should have ample time to understand what's possible. This is how the workshops and the talks from our sponsors also integrate. If you are trying to use something that you think may be interesting, it would make your life easier, you get the chance to talk to the sponsors or any of our mentors or even other hackers and learn what they can do with this and watch the talks or attend the workshops and just see if this actually makes sense for you to integrate into your projects, and then take your time in getting it properly integrated for your hackathon project. So you have 3 weeks to submit your project, and I'll just quickly go over how this is designed from a submission and rules process. The key thing to remember is all work that you're doing must begin during this hackathon, which means everybody who is submitting a project should start working on their projects as of today, and you have 3 weeks to do that coding or design or anything that you're doing for your submission to submit. And everything will be considered and must be part of this 3-week window so we can keep it fair for every other participant. And to be eligible for any prize, aside from using that particular company's protocol or SDK, the general rule for this event is that your hack must interact with Ethereum in some capacity, and that's how we qualify things being on the theme for this event. And of course, if you're in a position where you're not sure if the project that you're working on may be qualified as something that was previously done, or you're not sure if we can use a certain open source library and call that brand new work or using other work, you can always ask us and clarify this. So just reach out to anybody on the ETHGlobal team to ask how you can move forward from here. And then lastly, I want to just give a brief overview of how check-ins work. So everybody who staked was told that your stake will be returned upon a check-in that's successful. So I want to quickly give a brief overview of what a check-in is and how it's designed. So first of all, the quick summary of all of this is that a check-in is something that happens on your dashboard once a week, where you just give us an update on what you've done so far and how your project is going. It primarily exists for us to get you the help you need to get unblocked on your project, whether it's something where you don't understand how to best architect something, or you're just stuck on a technical piece for your project, or you're just not sure how to really integrate something and you're just, you need help. This allows us to kind of point you to the right direction, whether that's connecting you with the right people or answering your questions directly. This is the opportunity for us to do so, and this is where the check-ins come in. Your stake is returned by responding to check-ins and submitting your project. So as long as you're doing the 3 check-ins and you submit a project, you'll be able to receive your stake back. And all this thing happens through your dashboard, and we'll be communicating any nuances or anything separate directly over email and Discord as well. But you just have to log into your dashboard and you'll see the check-in automatically once you're logged in. And the way we're designing these check-ins is so that to give you an idea of like how to structure your own progress. There's 3 weeks for this hackathon. This is 1 week less than the previous ETHGlobal events we've done. So keep a note that this is a 3-week event, not 4. And ideally you have the first week, which is the next coming week, to work on your idea, think about what it is, plan out what you need to do, or find teammates, or settle on an idea, or realize or kind of understand what sponsors, SDKs you might be interested in integrating to make your life easier or not repeat everything from scratch. And that week should be dedicated to just having a good idea for what you want to work on. Then week 2, ideally, should be a place where you get to kind of really build out a simple MVP working version of what you really want to build, so you can make sure that everything you thought you want to do actually can work together in harmony. And the last week becomes the place where you polish everything to focus on UX, UI, making it simple to use and kind of really communicating what you are trying to accomplish for this project. And you also get to work on that video submission for your project for everybody to look at. And of course, we realize that not everybody already has an idea right now or team members. We want this thing to be very much of a beginner-friendly event. And a lot of you have already emailed us about this thing, so we want to just make sure that we communicate all of this thing as well. But you can always head to find a team channel on Discord and reach out to anybody on that channel to either potentially join their team, or if you have one of the skills somebody else is looking for and you want to partner with them, you get to do that by seeing what everybody else is looking for in Find a Team channel. On top of all of that, don't forget to introduce yourself to the ETHOnline Intros channel. We have hundreds of people from so many different parts of the world sharing so many different and unique perspectives. And this is a chance for you to say hi to each other or really get to understand and know what everybody's excited about, and also use that as a way to meet new people and potentially work with them for this hackathon. And of course, if you're not sure what you want to work on as an idea, but you have a team, we also have an ideas channel and an ideas doc, which you can find on your info center to be able to just quickly look at a list of potential ideas that we came up with and others contributed to pick one and use that as a way to build your project. And as part of all of that, especially as you think about an idea for the project or how can you make your lives easier by using some of the existing work, whether it's a company in this space or an existing protocol, we have a lot of talks and workshops, panels, and AMAs scheduled for this week. And, this content spans from beginners to intermediates to experts in your skills for Web3 knowledge. And we're designing this thing so that everybody can learn something independent of their past experience. So do take advantage of all these talks and workshops. If you are a hacker, you would have received these invites directly. But if you are a summit attendee watching this thing right now, then you can always check out these talks directly on YouTube. They'll be also live streamed as they happen, and all of the content and the agenda is available on our website. And for the hackers, a lot of these details are available on the ETHOnline Info Center for hackers, which is again available as a link from your dashboard. And as for the summits happen every Friday. So we'll be going back to live.ethonline.org to check out all of our summit talks. And the schedule for that, again, is also available on our website. And the most important thing here is that for the hackers, submissions are due on Thursday, October 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. This is really important because this is 3 weeks from now. And the way submissions are designed is as follows. To be considered a submission, you have to record and submit a 4-minute video of your project that summarizes who you are as a team, what you decided to work on, why you decided to work on it, and how it works by demoing what you built. This video will be what is going to be considered for your judging process from our judges and also for any prizes from our sponsors. They're going to look at this video as sponsors to award you any of their prizes and ask clarifying questions. So really make sure that you are taking the time to really get the messaging right and communicating what you did and how it works in this video. We'll be sharing some of the previous examples of like how you can structure these videos on our dashboard and also on Discord. But from just our past experiences with this, do not leave this thing to last minute, because this is the final piece that everybody remembers your project from and also is what will be considered for judging. So you really want to make sure that it has all the right points you want to hit as somebody, whether it's a sponsor or a judge or any other hacker in the future looks at it can take away. And lastly, the code of conduct for this event, whether it's a hackathon or just a summit, please be respectful to everybody out there, whether it's on the chat or a speaker or on the Q&A part or on Discord. Harassment and abuse are never tolerated. And if you think that somebody is behaving in a way they shouldn't, please reach out to anybody on the ETHGlobal team and we'll be acting on that immediately. And before I go on to our talks and our first summit talk for the day, I want to just make sure that I get to tell everybody that please, please, please pace yourself. We don't want this thing to be exhausting for you. The reason these events are designed to be longer than a weekend is so that you don't have to make a big trade-off of sleep or other commitments to get this right. We want these things to be an opportunity for you to learn more and learn about what is possible and experiment with what could be possible. So this is very much about understanding what you can do and learning through it. So don't try to make this a competition or stressful on yourself. This is what you are doing for fun. And if at any point it feels like this may be too much to handle, reach out to us so we can also help you with this and make sure that you are focused on enjoying the experience instead of making it look like or think like it's work. So with that, I want to wish all of you happy hacking, all the hackers. We have a couple more sponsor talks coming up after the first talk here, but a lot of these details will now be available on Discord. So if you are planning on hacking, you can immediately go and start working on your projects now. So with that, I want to move on to our conference piece for today. And to really kind of give you an idea of what today is about, the goal for us is to give you some high-level updates on what is happening right now in Ethereum. And then over the next few weeks for each summit that happen every Friday, we'll cover a lot of details on what's happening in each of those things we're going to cover today. So today we're going to have a lot of interesting talks from speakers like Aya, Miyaguchi, Danny Ryan, and Merrick and Bartek. And then we have a few more talks later on just having a general introduction to DeFi. How do you actually get to contribute to Ethereum's developer portal? How people are using Ethereum outside of coding and how we're bringing creativity to it. And then a little bit more on how we can make the development process easier and what's happening in the world of gaming, zero knowledge proofs, and just the community itself. So we have all these talks coming today, and you can also just open the schedule app on your live page to see the full schedule of all these talks. And then we'll be ending the day today with Vitalik giving a talk on scaling Ethereum in 2020 and beyond, where you're going to get a preview of like how we can use rollups and other scaling technologies to really scale and speed up transactions. So before we move on to our first talk, I want to just remind everybody and really point out that it's been a massive year for Ethereum. It's not just that the developers are super excited about everything, but we've had some amazing milestones. We have companies like Reddit who are trying to use this technology stack for hundreds of millions of their users. We've had on multiple occasions, DeFi crossed $10 billion in total value locked. We've had amazing progress on ETH2 and Serenity, and also just phase 0 launching. And overall, the sentiment just keeps on increasing for the activity and the community in this space. And of course, I don't have to tell anybody about how much people are excited about DeFi. So not just that, we see the direct first order derivatives of all of this at ETHGlobal because we have thousands of people that have participated in our events this year. And we are just a small piece of this massive stage where we get to contribute and make this even more better and unique of an experience for all of us. So we can't be any more excited to kind of be part of this shared goal of making Ethereum better. And ETHGlobal's mission is to increase the number of developers in the Web3 ecosystem. And we're super happy that we're on a great track here as we kind of wrap up 2020 with all the amazing things that are happening in Ethereum. So Ethereum is a global technology, and that's kind of our goal, to make this move forward even at a much faster pace, whether it's from a community or a usage or a developer standpoint. All these things connect together. And this kind of brings up to our very first talk of the day. And this is where we're super excited to have Aya Miyaguchi, who is the executive director of the Ethereum Foundation. And she'll be giving us a big overview of how we can discover what else is possible with Ethereum. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Aya to give her our very first talk of the day, and hope you enjoy the rest of the summit.